Professor of Physiology and the Managing Director of the Clinical Research Center. She will talk to us about the facilities of this center.
Okay, good morning everybody, dear professors, colleagues and students. I'm so happy to be here among the member of my first family with the physiology department and to present the work of my second family, the clinical trial research team. Actually, I'm very proud to be also a member of the Alexandria Clinical Research Center team. And the spirit of the teamwork gave us the international and the national reputation of the center. And today I will present a lecture which I presented already in a conference in Dubai last November. And it is one of the biggest conferences in clinical trials in the Middle East. And a lot of professors in the faculty asked me to present it again in the faculty. And it is a nice occasion to do it for my dear colleagues and professors. In the lecture, I will talk about the center, the facility of the center and the activity of the center. And also, if I will have enough time, I will go through the challenges we faced during the 5 years experience of conducting clinical trials in Egypt. So I hope that the lecture will be interesting for you. So the Alexandria Clinical Research Center actually is the first well-established center of conducting clinical trials in Egypt. And we are proud to be the only one up till now in conducting clinical trial in Egypt, and it was established in July 2006. In this occasion, I would like also to appreciate that this center was established during the period where Professor Abdelaziz Bilal was the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, and he is behind the establishment of this center. And without his help and support, the center wouldn't be able to be established. The center was established with the assistance from the University of Maryland under the twinning agreement between the two cities of Baltimore and Alexandria. The idea of establishing the center came from Egyptian-American professor living in America, and they came and presented the idea to Professor Aziz Bilal in 2005. He welcomed the idea and started the procedure of establishing the center. The American professors came to interview some staff members and choose me and Professor Majid Zaki, who is the clinical director of the center, to go through a course, a condensed course in the University of Maryland School of Medicine for 3 weeks to learn how to conduct clinical trial and to learn how to establish the center. And since this date, 2006, we started to establish the center, and we did a lot of communication with pharmaceutical company and clinical trials organization in Egypt to attract them to come and conduct the trials in our center. The trials conducted in the center are conducted according to the international regulation, which regulates the conduct of clinical trials worldwide, which is the GCP, the Good Clinical Practice Guidelines, after both the approval of the local research ethics committee of the Faculty of Medicine, and also we are proud to have one of the first established ethics committee in Egypt, and our research ethics committee was established in 2005. So the trials are conducted after the approval from the local research ethics committee of the Faculty of Medicine and the central research ethics committee related to the Ministry of Health. So we are not be able to conduct any trial without the approval of both the research ethics committee, the local one, and related to the the Ministry of Health. So about the location and facility, the center is located on the 8th floors of the new specialized university hospital, the Alexandria Faculty of Medicine, and it consists of the director's room, 2 source documents room, where we keep the source documents of the patient, a pharmacy, a lab, a meeting room, a secretary and data management room, pharmacist room, 7 inpatient room, and an examination room. I belong to this team, who is the great team of the CRC, and here is the team member, Professor Nihal, my colleague, the clinical director, and the senior pharmacists and coordinator, and data management and secretary and accountants in the center. Also, we are very proud to be one of the reasons behind the accreditation of our faculty, the recent national accreditation of our faculty, and the presence of the Alexandria clinical trial in the faculty was one of the reasons actually behind the national accreditation of the faculty recently in November 2011. The mission of the center is to enhance and expand the high-quality ethical clinical research by providing a comprehensive range of practical service and environment conducive to study and the continuing education for researchers at all levels. And this is actually our main mission, is the continuing education and to educate the researcher for the principles of the international guidelines regulating clinical trials worldwide. About the CRC activity, we have different types of activity, including research activities, educational activities, and also among the continuous the public awareness about the importance of the clinical trials for the development of science and for the development of our society. As regards the research activity, we are mainly concerned with the conduction of the clinical trials, and we have 2 types of clinical trials conducted in the center. We have the industry-sponsored trials and the investigator-initiated trials. About the industry-sponsored trial, we conduct phase 3 and 4 clinical trials, and if someone don't have enough experience about the phases of clinical trials, I will give you like a summary about the phases of clinical trials. Actually, before marketing of the drug goes to several phases till marketing. The pharma company spent a lot of years, maybe 10 years or more, since the discovery of a new molecule till the clinical phase. They spend almost 10 years in the preclinical phase study since the discovery of the molecule, and they do a lot of preclinical experimental work or in vitro work to the molecule to assess the safety and the efficacy of the new molecule. And then after enough data of the safety and efficacy of the molecule at the preclinical level, they start to give this new molecule or the new drug to the human being. So it goes through 4 phases, which are called the clinical trial phases. Starting by phase 1, they give the new drug to a healthy volunteer, and this phase 1 clinical trial is done only in few centers all over the world, in the States or in Europe, because these centers are well-established center and well-equipped center for monitoring the healthy volunteer who take first the new molecule or the new drug. Actually, I visited one of the centers in Vienna, and it's a great center, but we are far behind this phase 1 trial now, because actually the Ministry of Health is accepting only the conduction of phase 3, and nowadays they start to accept the phase 2 trial. Then after the phase 1 trial and after the the concept of the safety of the drug, which is given to the healthy volunteer, start the phase 2 trial, which is a trial. We give the new drug to the targeted patient population. For example, if the trial is on a new drug on cardiovascular, like a hypertensive drug or antihypertensive drug, so our target patient population will be hypertensive patient. And these phase 2 trials, actually, the number of patients recruited for the phase 2 trial are hundreds of patients, not thousands. So it's more or less a small-scale trial. And then it comes the third phase of clinical trial, which is the phase 3 clinical trial, which is the most important phase of clinical trial. And it is called the multi-center and multinational clinical trial. Because in this phase, we recruit thousands of patients in the trial. So we need a lot of numbers of patients participating in the trial. It cannot be done in one center only, so we need to include a lot of centers all over the world, including centers in Europe, in the States, and in the Middle East. The second issue that the multinational multi-center trial, that we, when the drug is marketed, so it is marketed to the all people all over the world. So we need to test all the drug genetically on the several types of population present all over the world. So we conduct mainly the phase 3 trial, and the phase 4 trial, after the drug has been marketed, several side effects can be shown after marketing of the drug, and we have a lot of experience of withdrawal of drugs after being marketed. So because actually, as I said, that the phase 3 trial is conducted on thousands of patients, but when the drug is marketed, millions of patients take the drug, so maybe some side effects which cannot appear during the conduction of phase 3 will appear after marketing of the drug. And the other issue that some of the drugs, after being marketed, some of the effects, the beneficial effect can appear after marketing of the drug. Say that we have a lot of examples. One of the examples is some of the antihypertensive drugs, the vasodilator drug, after being marketed, they noticed, the company noticed that the patient have increase in the hair growth. So they took this drug and start to do trials on the other indication of the drug. So this is the phase 4 clinical trial. So we conduct phase 3 and phase 4 multinational, multi-center studies in collaboration with most the international pharma company present in Egypt. And we started, the actual start of the work of the center was in September 2007, and this was the first patient recruited in the first trial in the center, and the trial was a psychiatry trial, and the PI was Professor Shashai, the first clinical trial. And now we have more than 321 subjects recruited in several trials. The total number of trials conducted, excuse me, I want to welcome some of my CRC team, Dina and Nihal and Yasmin. These are my team. We came late. I will punish them. So now the total number of trials conducted in the center are 38 trials. The active recruiting trials are 24. The initiated without recruitment are 3, and the completed trial are 11. We got the highest recruiter in one of the trial, which is a trial in a colon cancer, and the PI was Professor Alexandria. The other type of trials conducted in the center are the investigator-initiated trials, and actually we encourage our staff member So to conduct trials in the center. So these are in the form of projects, and these projects are funded by national or international agents. And we have actually 4 projects were conducted in the center. One of them was completed, and the completed project was with the Faculty of Pharmacy, and the PI, the principal investigator, was Professor Labiba from the Pharmacy Faculty of Pharmacy. And now we have 3 ongoing projects. And the main focus of these projects actually are the problems faced by the Egyptian people, and the main endemic disease in Egypt, which is the hepatitis C or the virus C. The quality assurance in the center is very important, and actually we are monitored by the pharma company conducting clinical trials in our center almost all the time, and we also have been audited by international audit, and this is very important and is a sort of international accreditation of the center. And the international audit, we have been audited by international audit without major funding, and this is important. And nowadays we are in the steps of producing like a quality assurance unit in the center and doing like an internal audit, and this is in collaboration with the ethics committee. And one of the staff members in the faculty, who is Dr. ElHabachi from the forensic medicine department, will do her thesis about this, the internal auditing in the clinical trials, and I will be one of the supervisors in this thesis. So the number of clinical trials conducted in the center, this is a chart showing the number of clinical trials. Started by 1 trial in 2007, and now we have 27 ongoing active recruiting trials in 2012. We didn't have we didn't do the statistics of 2012 yet, but soon we'll do it after the June. And these are the types of trials conducted in Alexandria Clinical Trial Center, and as you see that we have the most type of clinical trials conducted in the center are the oncology, hemato-oncology trials, and we have 15 clinical trials conducted in the center in this specialty. The second specialty is the cardiology trial, and the diabetes, and we have several types of other specialty of trials conducted in the center. As regards the educational activity, as you know that we are part of the big academic institute, which is the Faculty of Medicine, University of Alexandria, and I'm an academic person, so I'm involved more and I'm toward more the educational activities. So since we started the work in the Clinical Trial Center, we did a lot, and we organized a lot of continuous educational courses specialized in clinical trials for investigators, researchers, and postgraduate students all over Egypt, not only in Alexandria, but all over Egypt. And also we prepared the curriculum of the clinical trials, and this is actually started from 2007, and we give a short course of clinical trials in the preparatory course for the MD student prepared for taking the doctorate degree in all the specialty. We contributed with the WHO and the MOH, the Ministry of Health, in training courses of clinical trials and research ethics. And we prepared a specialized course for pharma company in Saudi Arabia in 2010, which are the clinical research and development course and research appraisal course. And my friend, Professor Mahgazi, she was lecturing in those courses with me. And I was appreciated that Professor Maha to be with me in these courses, because she had actually a lot of knowledge in evidence-based medicine, and actually we got a lot of help from her. Thank you, Maha. These are the education, some of the photos of the educational activity done in the faculty. And also we have a lot of concern about the... We have a lot of activity concerned with the undergraduate student, because not only the postgraduate student and the researcher. So we try to raise the awareness among the undergraduate student about the importance of clinical trials. I had participated in a clinical trial awareness day in Ain Shams University in 2010, and we did a lot of awareness day for the undergraduate student, and one of them will be next Sunday. And also we provide training opportunity for the house officer as a part-time research coordinator in the center, and this will improve the research quality of the house officer and give them a new job opportunity in this new era of the clinical trial field. Also, we involve the undergraduate student in clinical research project. Okay, so I will not go through the challenges, and thank you very much for listening.